Acts Section 3 Disclaimer. Listen up, Lodu and Legends. Before we dive into the next circus of money history, I gotta spit some truth bombs. 1. This isn't financial advice. If you take my words, mortgage your chacha's land, and lose it all, don't cry on Instagram. Cry to your local astrologer. Maybe he'll refund your horoscope. 2. By the way, my ex once said, "Babe, we should shut down the internet and live simple like old times." Guess what? She also thought Candy Crush was a skill. That's exactly how retail thinks. Switch off charts, money will come. No. Lodu, money doesn't manifest because you manifested abundance on a vision board. 3. If you think the stock market is a shortcut to Lamborghini, you're wrong. The only fast thing you'll get is bankruptcy. Even Ola Cab will stop giving you rides once your bank balance starts looking like your Tinder bio, empty. 4. Americans at least broke their education system first, built tech, nukes, AI, and then went, screw it, let's hook up. Indians skipped the building part and copied the hookup part, so you're stressed and broke at the same time. Congratulations, innovation. 5. And yes, everything I say here is chaotic, sarcastic, and 18 plus. If your mom's reading this over your shoulder, she'll slap you harder than inflation slaps your savings account. So yeah, don't bet the house, don't trust the reels, and don't sue me. Now let's torch the history books and laugh while retail cries. Section 3 Introduction. Raw, sarcastic, and designed to roast while teaching. Section 3 Introduction. Coins, banks, and the illusion of we're rich now. So here's the comedy show of history. Humans went from trading cows and rice to minting shiny coins and calling themselves civilized. Bro, just because you hammered your king's face into a piece of metal doesn't mean you leveled up. It just meant your king wanted free advertising in everyone's pocket. Then came banks. At first, they were just dudes with vaults going, "Hey, give me your gold, I'll keep it safe, and maybe I'll give it back if I don't gamble it away." Slowly, these dudes turned into mafia in suits, inventing interest, debt, and the art of screwing retail before retail even existed. And here's the roast. Indians back then were like, "We are the land of gold, temples filled with treasure." Cool flex. Except when the invaders came, they looted everything like it was a Black Friday sale. And guess what? We're still crying about the Koh-i-Noor diamond. Meanwhile, the West took their stolen loot, built banks, and set the rules of modern finance. Now let's connect this to today. Coins and banks created the illusion of stability, but in reality, it was the start of centralized control. The government could print, mint, or steal, and you, the common man, were just a background character in their financial Netflix series. So yeah, coins and banking were the big bang of financial systems. And guess who's still poor after all that? Retail. Always. Retail. Want me to Section 3 deep dive metal coins debasement, the original money heist? Quick teaser. Coins made trade easy and kings richer. Then rulers and mints learned to steal from you slowly. Shave the edges, mix cheaper metal, print more. Same scam, different tech. That's debasement. Here's the full ugly playbook. Number snugger 1. Why coins were a breakthrough, but also a trap. Problem solved. Portability, divisibility, fungibility. Suddenly you could buy bread without hauling a cow. Authority attached. Stamping a ruler's face equals promise of weight, purity. Authority equals trust, money. Power shift. Control of minting equals a new lever of power for kings and states. Whoever controls coins controls taxes, armies, and markets. Roast. Your ancestor with a pouch of coins wasn't richer. He just carried the king's advertising budget in his pocket. Number 2. What is debasement? Simple and brutal. Debasement equals lowering intrinsic metal content while keeping the same face value. Methods. Shaving, clipping edges, alloying, mix silver, gold with copper, lead, reducing coin weight, issuing more coins per metal supply. Why kings did it: finance wars, pay soldiers, or cover deficits without raising obvious taxes. Translation: it's a stealth tax. Your coin looks the same, but buys less. Number 3, mechanics. How debasement wrecks an economy. Immediate effect: small profit for minting state, seigniorage. Short term: more coins circulating, more spending, price rise. Medium term: people hoard good coins, spend bad ones, Gresham's law. Long term: loss of trust, barter or alternative money, economic instability, sometimes revolt. Real world metaphor: you think your savings are safe, but rulers are quietly substituting your gold with lead while you sleep. Gresham's law: Gresham's law, bad money. When two forms of money circulate, people send the bad, debased money and hoard the good, full value money. Result: the good coins disappear from circulation, leaving the market full of worthless metal. This accelerates price chaos. Roast: people spent the crappy coins like discount coupons and hoarded the honest ones like family heirlooms. Human predictability equals hilarious. Number 5, famous historical receipts, short and spicy. Rome, emperors diluted silver denarius to pay legions, long-term inflation, and crisis. Medieval Europe, repeated debastements to fund wars, townsmen complained, revolts happened. Henry VIII, England, systematic debasement and recoinage dramas. Spain, 16th C, tons of New World silver flooded Europe, price rises, supply shock plus distribution effects. Weimar Germany, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, modern echoes, money creation, hyperinflation, social collapse. Takeaway: whether by metal shaving or keyboard printing, the result is the same if trust breaks. Number 6, how rulers hide it, psychology and stealth. Small changes over time avoid panic. Blame external shocks. Force acceptance through taxes. Pay taxes in the debased currency. Instantly creates demand. Replace coinage gradually so people only notice after value is eroded. Lesson: debasement is never announced with a drum roll. It's a slow drip. Number 7, modern parallels. Debasement evolved into fiat printing. Coins, paper receipts, fiat money, digital money. The control lever moved from metal to ink to bank reserves. Seigniorage now equals inflation plus central bank profits. Governments can print via central bank operations, QE. Hidden debasement. Low rates, QE inflate asset prices, stocks, RE, while savers feel poor. Same redistribution as coin debasement. Roast: today's weird money headlines are just ancient debasement wearing a suit. How to spot debasement, inflation early, practical signals. Rapid money supply growth, M2 surge, without matching output. Persistent fiscal deficits funded by central bank balance sheet expansion. Rising commodity and input prices, oil, metals, food. Wage spikes with price increases, wage price spiral. Currency weakness plus capital flight. Unusual minting, recoinage announcements, historical signal. If 2+ of these flash, tighten risk. 9, what traders and savers actually do, simple plays. Protect purchasing power, inflation-linked bonds, tips or local equivalents, short duration bonds. Long bonds get crushed when rates rise. Real assets, commodities, energy, certain real estate, but beware rates. Quality companies with pricing power can pass costs to customers. Avoid cash hoards in nominal terms. Cash loses value when debasement heats up. Hedge with options if you fear a sudden shock. Buys protection, accepts cost. Practical: don't hold savings in things that lose purchasing power simply because they are safe looking. Hamburgstark 10. Behavioral traps. Where retail dies, hope for compensation. I'll get a raise versus prices rising faster. Bad math. Chasing nominal returns. A 10% bank interest that's 12% inflation equals you lost. Late entry to assets, buying after prices are inflated, bubbles. Ignoring policy, central bank signals matter more than influencer hype. Roast: Kartikay keeps his savings in a locker of coins and cries when the bakery charges more. Sudhanshu thinks print more money equals fix everything. Both wrong, both broke. Number 11, case studies, short, brutal. Weimar, 1923, reparations plus currency printing, wheelbarrows for bread. Trust equals destroyed. Spain, 1500s, silver influx, long price rises. Winners equals merchants who exported. Losers equals fixed income folks. Zoom thousands, policy collapse, printing, currency collapse, barter resumed. 2008 parallel, not classic debasement, but credit expansion plus opaque leverage. Trust collapse in finance. Massive central bank interventions followed, new forms of printing. Lesson: different mechanics, same fragility. Number 12, governance and legal angle, how to reduce the risk. Strong fiscal rules, limits on central bank financing of deficits. Independent central banks with clear inflation targets. Transparent reporting of money supply and balance sheets. Legal protections for savers, deposit insurance, credible institutions. Political accountability for irresponsible fiscal monetary policy. Reality: politics often breaks these guardrails when stress hits. Number 13, actionable checklist. What to do now for Lodu and Legends. 1. Monitor central bank balance sheet monthly. If it's expanding fast, be cautious. 2. Check CPI and PPI and commodity trends weekly. 3. Keep emergency real assets cash alternatives, small. Tips, short bonds, gold. 4. Limit long-duration exposure when inflation risk rises. 5. Size positions conservatively. Inflation shocks spike volatility. 6. Use protective options for big concentrated bets. 7. Stay liquid. Liquidity wins during panic. 14. Classroom roasts you can scream. Kartikai keeps gold jewelry as saving, pawns it during crisis, calls it financial planning. Sudhanshu thinks printing money is free candy, then cries when prices bite. Influencer bros selling stable yield platforms. Congratulations, you copied the coin debasing playbook and called it fintech. Number 15. Mic drop. Tattooable. Open quote. Debasement started with metal and now lives in digits. The tool changed. The heist didn't. If you don't watch the plumbing, you fund someone else's lifestyle while your grocery list bleeds you dry. Close quote.